Alrighty guys, welcome back once again to the fourth and final European qualifier for the Tournament of Legends 2. My name is Blue, joined today by Jebro, and we're now headed into our first qualifying game of the day between Antisocial Dragon Finishers and Don't Be a Maybe, Be a Sure. Jebro, what do you think of this matchup?
I'm looking at the members of the opposite team as well. I'm looking at them. Sorry, Blue at the moment. We see lots, so some nice names in there. Lots of course, Azani. Blimey, we got some good players in this game, haven't we? Jesus, we've got Napzor as well on the other side. PhD, Slinger, all of them. Amsterdam, Temple. Oh my God, this is going to be a nice game with some really, even players. I think we can have a fairly close one here as well. But looking at the actual setup, we see an NG again, which is pretty nice. But we don't see a Necro, of course, on the opposite team. And we do have two Warriors currently over on the red team as well. So it's going to be quite an interesting one. We've got more damage potential on the blue team, but of course, Red have kind of countered that already with the two Warriors. Just I'm not too sure if they're what amulets they're running. We do see a Celestial on one of the Warriors, and we see a Soldier, so a little bit more tanky. No man bows, as you say. Man bows. I've been saying that a lot more recently. But yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. There is no Thief on the red team as well, so you've got a little bit less mobility, but they do still have the Elementalists with that port, of course, and Napzor, I hope probably with the speedy kits to get around the map. Just going to double check that he does indeed have that. So should be an interesting one, as long as this is going to be very different, because of course we are on Temple as well. So we've got those buffs, and that's going to be something, where the Warriors, they can rotate to Stillness, say, or they can rotate to Tranquility, and they can bunker that down for a considerable amount of time. Now we do have lots on the other team who can do that as well, but he's the only other one that can do that, and he has the the battle standard, which is very good for utility, of course, to get a member of the team or a couple of members of the team up. But I don't know how this is going to go. I'm not sure. I can't even pick a winner here. I mean, it's going to be reliant on buffs, I would say. The buffs are so important, so important.
So take a quick look, a little bit more specifics of the team comps. Just going over those builds for us real quick while we get our last thing set up here.
Okay, so going over to red team, having a look at Slinger first. He's going to be rolling with the staff at the moment. He does have the Rune of Holbrecht, and he doesn't have... Oh no, he does have area attacks with the staff, sorry, blasting staff in Arcana, so he will be running with staff. And he's changed his rune again. So he's trolling me. He's running 00266. He could be trolling, he could go to DD and also switch out that blasting staff, of course. Going over to PhD, and many people will know PhD. He's actually running, what's that? He's running with Mace Sword at the moment. And
it's his Condi build.
It's his lovely, oh God, no, I think I've played against this.
It's his DS, it's his Distracting Strikes build.
I don't like it.
Very annoying build indeed. Lots of Condi pressure, focusing very heavily on Mace interrupts there through Mace 3, as well as the Mace burst skill there. Once again, too, is going to attack quite a bit of confusion, as you can see here by the trait highlighted at the moment, onto his opponents there, in addition to the already pretty annoying pressure that Impale, Riposte, and the Longbow in general will be putting onto your opponent. It's going to be quite a bit to deal with.
God, that Torment 5-stack is really painful, as well. It's just horrible. I do remember facing that quite a few times and losing on quite many occasions. But we'll go over to Amsterdam. Quite a lot of people know Amsterdam as well. Going with the Hammer Longbow, also with the Holbrecht rune, and running with the Soldier's Amulet. And he's going to be going with standard 00626. Quite tanky, of course. This is the Soldier's Amulet version, so very much a bunker. You can stick on the point, rotate in and out with anyone who is bunkering that point, say Templar if he's in a bit of trouble. And talking about Templar, I'm going to go over to him. He's running with the Mace, the Focus, and with the Staff, obviously going for the Rune of the Soldier, and the Cleric's Amulet with the 01661. Not changing his build at all for this map, which probably, not too bad. Going for the Focus is actually quite a good idea, especially going for Stillness. If he does obviously pop that up halfway through the cast time, it's going to give him a lot more chance to actually nip that in the bud. Going finally over to Napzor. Napzor, been around for quite a while as well himself. He's actually playing with a rifle, going for the Rune of Strength and Celestial Amulet. Going for the 60062. using those, still using the grenades, of course, but he's using Elixir S, which is what I love. I love using Elixir S, and I think he's been running Elixir S for a long time. So of course he does have that Tosser Elixir S ability, which gives him stealth, and he gives his allies stealth as well. So it's very good for stealth rezzing, for also stealthing your allies around the map, and also to get the safe stomps with that Elixir S pulp, of course. But you know, he's going to be quite useful in those fights, especially if they need to get downs. They've got so many people who downs in this, you know. Everyone can. I mean, I didn't have a look at the L. He hasn't got mess form, actually. He does have cleansing fire. So 4 out of 5 ain't too bad, I'd say, for downing opportunities. But hey ho. But the blue team, did you want to go for the blue team?
I'll take a quick look at the blue team here. First off, taking a look at Lotso over here playing Warrior with 00626 standard handbow once again, fairly similar to Amsterdam over there on the red side. Also running with pretty much the same amulet and rune choices over here, so don't need to go over that too much. Azani, first Mesmer that we've seen today, is going to be running with a Berserker's amulet, runes of the Traveler as well as staff and great sword. Will be standard shattered, the only exception being those Traveler runes there. Usually we do see runes of strength employed on this build due to the fact that it does increase the damage by quite a bit in more elongated fights, but obviously those runes of the Traveler will increase his roaming potential by quite a bit, and that's actually going to be pretty useful once again on this map just due to the sheer size and verticality of it. Moving on from that, we have infamous Shaku on Elementalist, currently rolling with a staff that will actually probably get swapped out to deity when the game begins, though no blasting staff trait or pirate runes to be seen there. So with that said, it'll once again go over to that deity build that we saw Intego playing in the previous round there. Lots of support, lots of pressure as well, and once again similar to a lot of other builds, will start to get damage as the fight goes on due to the choice of runes of strength. Kaloya over here on Thief, I believe, is going to be running with Dagger Pistol. Not a lot of DP Thieves currently in the meta, but with those new Thief changes yesterday, I believe we'll be starting to see a lot more of them as that patch draws closer and closer. DP, however, is a very much so different build than SD Thief due to the fact that, once again there, you do have to kind of wait for your opportunity to engage on a target. You can't just go in willy-nilly, use your dodges, and just poke your opponent down slowly over time. With DP, you have to wait for the appropriate opportunity to jump in with a big, huge damage spike, all in one combo, to try and kill them with that. And if you mess up or you improperly position yourself, you can die quite a lot more easily than an SD Thief. But taking a look at the specifics, obviously, with the Dagger Pistol and Shortbow here, Berserker's Amulet and Runes of the Pack being utilized here too, traits being 26006, it is a fairly typical DP Thief build. And then last but not least over here, we have Captain Cushberry, I believe, with 01661 here, so once again, pretty much the same exact thing as Templa. Don't really need to spend too much time going over that, everybody knows the Bunker Guardian builds. So with that said, guys, that's going to be the end of the build wrap-up, and we are pretty much set and ready to go. Let's get started with Game 1.
So, like we said, this is a different rotation with this map first. It's quite nice. It's quite nice to see two teams go up against each other on this map, especially with the added, you know, we've got Stillness, which is going to give you the extra cap points if you have caps, and of course Tranquility, which is going to switch all caps into your node. And Ferocity, not as important, but if you're getting kills, you know, you're going to get some extra points here and there. But we're going to start the game, and we're going to see how we're going to go.
All right, guys, once again with the gates opening up here, let's check out the splits in our opening game between ASDF for Antisocial Dragon finishers over here. I almost forgot their ToL team name. Over here on the red side, and don't be a maybe, be a sure on the blue team. We're going to see a big cross from PhD, taking a pretty big risk on that, to be completely honest, going completely through 2 and even 3 members of the red team over there. He is going to get himself over here onto the temple, or not the temple, the altar, though, before the full cap goes off. We'll have to go up against infamous Shaku. Not entirely sure how well this matchup is going to go for PhD, to be completely honest here. We'll be relying pretty heavily on the ability to keep those condies applied to Shaku, and Shaku at the same time, as you can see here at the moment, has quite a bit of cleansing ability to get rid of all of that, so PhD is going to have to time his condies pretty properly if he wants to have an opportunity to knock him down, but we will obviously see in just a little bit. Meanwhile, back over here at the temple, there has been some extra pressure applied specifically by Azani, but he is now going to fall back over towards mid as well, due to the fact that both Napsor and Slinger were there defending that, and other than that, pretty much everyone is in mid, where we've got a big old team fight going on. So Jebro, tell us what's happening over here in mid.
We have a big old team fight indeed. We do see we see Templar on point, doing quite well at the moment, able to rotate out. Looks like he's actually going to go to the home node now, because, oh no, double thinking that it's too late. It's too late for him to do that now, as we do see PhD is actually dead over on that node. He was supported by Kalua
Oh,
there.
hold on. Take a look at what Azani did, though. Azani with the sneaky portal. I think he had placed it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, put the portal there.
Nice.
Red team left it right in the middle of the point, too. I thought he would have placed it over here on the side or something where it couldn't be spotted, but directly on point. Somewhat surprising that the members of ASDF actually left that open for the taking there. So that was going to be a pretty easy decap now for Azani, and he'll just pop right back over to mid with that decap being taken and continue supporting that mid fight with the Elementals out for about 20 to 30 seconds.
Oh, PhD again going over towards the far node, and look, the Elementalist is there. So is it going to happen again? Is Kahlua going to be able to come over here to just help out? It looks like he's starting to move back over. That's a good idea. He needs to be a bit careful because he's quite low on health at the moment. He's not actually able to regen. He is regenning now, so just resetting and doesn't want to engage quite yet. There you go, back to full health. And PhD is going to be in a bit of trouble. But look, here we go. We do have Amsterdam coming on. So we've got a real bunker team going down over here, over on this node. So that's going to be quite a lot of trouble for the Thief and for the Elementalists. Trouble keeping on node, so they're going to have to be really careful. But of course, that does mean Slinger. I think Slinger's over here kind of in the mid. Oh no, all of Red Team pushed over to the mid now. So very offensive move now. As we see Red really all over the points. But we do see it down currently over on the opposite node. I do believe someone got res there. I did miss that. I think it was PhD.
2v2 happening over here at the altar at the moment. PhD had gone down, but had gotten back up. You also got Infamous Shakur, who was taken completely into the down state, but now going to get back up by Kahlua, rezzing him. And good initial burst coming off there once again from Kahlua himself, going on to PhD, absolutely destroying him in the down state, giving Amsterdam literally no chance to get him back up into play. And as you can see, just keeping that rampage going should easily be able to knock out Amsterdam in just a few moments as well. Solidifying the cap over here in mid for Don't Be a Maybe once more. And with that said, we're going to see some more pressure being applied by the blue team over here to the temple, as Azani will cross over here. Unfortunately, with Slinger in play once again, I don't believe he's going to stick around for that fight. He'll probably retreat back over towards middle to regroup with some of his teammates, where we may see an additional push with more reinforcements later.
Yeah, I mean, the blue, they're winning that fight over on altar, but because of the decaps that keep happening, alright, they're getting the kills as well, but they're not actually, you know, they're not securing that node all the time. We do see Stillness has actually risen as well from the depths, and we're going to see PhD tank over towards that now as well. So Infamous is going to be in potentially a bit of trouble. Oh! Not sure what happened there. Doesn't look like Napsal got knocked down. I did miss that updraft. Nice move. So he's evened up that fight on the Stillness. Not sure if people are going to start backing him up. It does look like Kahlua is going to come over as well to try and get down PhD quite quickly and take advantage of the fact that they have decapped Temple. So if they do get that Stillness, they'll start to get some... they'll definitely take the lead easily unless Red can come back and get a point. But PhD is in trouble. He's down over at Stillness at the moment. And Kahlua can now engage... He can engage Templar. And Templar, that's a good idea for him to go and bunker on that node, but they need to be careful here, because in the team fights, if they take him out in 1v1 situation on Stillness, they could have some really big issues in those team fights. But Red are considerably bunky, so they can do that. Like, it's okay for them to do. And we do see, I do believe, a down happening over a Slinger. Just went down to Azani, actually, and I think he got some health from the blue thief as well. Sure on
Kahlua assisting with that pretty heavily, and that's just some of the huge things that you see DP Thieves bringing into play here, because they have chosen to do that. You can just see that all over the map here. Kahlua has been doing gank after gank after gank here, absolutely destroying these guys that have already been engaged in fights for longer amounts of time here. It's really part of the reason that we are seeing Don't Be a Maybe absolutely dominate so far here with this big mobility boost that they've been given, and why they are winning these smaller node fights really quickly. It's just that Red Team not ready for that big burst that Kahlua was constantly going to bring to the fight almost instantly, and with that said, ending those fights rather fast in the favor of Don't Be a Maybe. But Red Team now finally getting a bit of a solidification on their nodes. They have gotten a full channel on mid, and their warrior is kind of just camping there. Should be able to hold that fairly easily against really any incomings. You can see as well that they have rotated most of their players over towards their home node, over here. Actually, it's their opponent's node. Have rotated most of their guys over here, but are going to have a pretty suitable defense to keep that in their favor for some time as well. But keep in mind, as it is the far node, Blue Team will be able to reinforce that much easier upon death.
Yeah, and the thing as well is at the moment there is a 2-2 cap. Now, when I say that, I mean that the fact that Stillness has just literally run off, but they did have a 2-2 cap. So each team obviously having 2 caps, because Stillness means that you've got those extra cap coming in for you. So it was okay for a while for that 2 cap for Red. They weren't losing many points blue there in that, so that's quite good for them. But now they're going to start to catch up, and they will slowly start to take over. Of course, these ferocity buffs, we don't see these taken much in these competitive games. It takes too long to get them. It's really kind of not worth it unless you really need the kills and you know you're winning the kills, winning a lot of points on kills, sorry. So we're going to see in 10 seconds, actually, we're going to see Tranquility, and we're going to see Stillness. And actually, it looks like the blue, I'm not sure if the blue Guardian really had a choice of going downstairs. He's going back up. We see Lotso, and we see Templar down there as well at the moment. Slinger's heading down there as well. And all the action is around the buffs at the moment. We only see 2 people really having a go on the nodes, and one of them is actually Cushbury actually had to just move back. So I don't think anyone's just looking at the nodes at the moment, dude.
Yeah. Keep in mind here, too, is the fact that ASDF actually has quite a bit of security on both the nodes due to the fact that they have chosen to run a double warrior composition. Both these guys can take an incredible amount of burst and tank that. So with that said here, they don't have to worry too much about an overcommitment to bottom. Obviously, they will have to be a little bit more careful, though, that they keep it going for too long. Like, as you can see over here, there has been a bit of extra pressure applied over towards the altar. But with that said, they are reinforcing that now, and PhD has managed to handle this very large amount of burst for what it should have been from both Azani and Killua very, very nicely. Keep in mind, however, the blue team did lose control of that top buff, so once again we have a tied scenario on the caps here, with the current score being 249 to 253 in favor, just in favor of the red team here at the moment. But PhD, as you saw there, once again, that big burst coming in from Killua as well as Azani there, going to absolutely destroy PhD. Not much you can do about that much coordinated burst, unless he has Endure Pain or something like that up there, so he's just going to kind of crumble to that. And then back over here at the altar, once again, Templar really the only person left alive, but won't be lasting too long here, and more than likely this will get flipped over to a blue team node in just a few moments. Have another 1v1 happening over here at the temple between Infamous Shakur as well as, I believe, Napsor on the red team. Napsor once again there. Unfortunately, Shakur kind of running out of Conde cleanses to deal with Napsor there. He will go down once again here too, and red team will be fully capturing this node. Actually already has fully captured that node here. And right now, and actually, to take back what I said earlier, we're not going to be seeing the decap at the altar. They've got a full 3-cap here now at the moment. And
without Tranquility.
Yeah, without Tranquility at all. And now blue team, and blue team, this is the big issue now. Look at how many guys they've got downstairs. They've got 2 guys fighting for control of it. Slinger now just going down after 2 minutes of fighting for control of this buff. Red team now is going to easily be able to get someone back down here, however, just to take that place. The Bunker Guardian Templar will get right back down here. Should have no trouble whatsoever interrupting Lotso in just a second, and we'll stalemate this even longer there. As blue team once again here just continues to pile their members onto this buff.
But it's losing them the game so hard.
Keep in mind, however, that
send another warrior down.
If they do get it, they will get that large advantage. But at the moment, too, even with that buff, they're not going to have the player spread necessary to actually keep a lot of those caps. Like, you take a look here, they're channeling it now, and once again, here Amsterdam is probably going to interrupt it. And we also see Slinger coming down. Blue team just needs to get out of here, fight for another time to fight here, because right now their strategy is just not working at all.
It's funny when you see this in Team Q as well, and you think that, the game's been so close, and it really is. Tranquility is a snowball. There's like a lot of the time it happens. There's this snowball effect which comes out. Team just overcommits to it. They want to get it fast, but they can't, because they know they shouldn't have done that. They can send down 2 people versus even 3 or 4. And they can probably hold it for quite a while to the point where the rest of their team can switch the caps around. Now, blue team have got the 2-cap and they have Stillness. That is, that's a lot of points coming. There is a possibility for them to come back. We still have 5 minutes as well on the clock. And if they can get Tranquility, funnily enough, they're going to be able to come back into this game. So they have actually realized that fact. It might be too late, though. We're not too sure.
We're going to have to wait and see indeed here. But now we've kind of seen almost a complete 360 of the scenarios. Now our red team, unfortunately, putting a little bit too much pressure down here towards the bottom buff, and we'll have to recover from that. Like, at the moment here, you see, again, 2 of their guys camping over towards their home, though. Not sure what was going on with that, but a bit of extreme amount of hesitation here. Now they're going to start to branch out their engineer, specifically Napsor will cross over here towards the altar. Should actually be able to get a free cap on that, as we don't see anyone else rotating. Blue team still trying to push this buff so heavily downstairs here at the moment. We did see a rather large amount of the comeback, but unfortunately, as you can see here, was not enough to actually solidify for them taking a lead here once again. So our red team turtling their home node is still going to outcome with the victory scenario here, and in just a few minutes, they will also get control of the altar, just making sure that they take that even more.
Yeah, this is really overcommitting, and they've done it again. They've made exactly the same.
And that was pretty much what made the game there. That was what defined the game, was the fact that our blue team focused way too heavily on that bottom buff. It allowed ASDF to take a full 3-cap here for, I believe, probably about 30 seconds to a minute there, which put their lead in quite a secure position. They are now going to be pretty much just turtling their home node, and because of the fact that they're rather bulky. I mean, let's not be too lying here. They are pretty much all their guys can tank damage for a pretty significant amount of time. And because of that, once again, they were able to kind of elongate the fights pretty long on those side nodes, make sure they held on to him, and they can kind of just toss 1 or 2 guys downstairs here, keep that stalemated. And with that said, we were able to also hold on to their other nodes they were already holding control of, and that pretty much allowed them to keep this buff going for the entire game ever since it spawned 5 minutes ago, and they have taken a very large advantage due to them abusing that.
We're
finally going to see the channel, I think. Hold on.
Oh.
Interrupt on it? No, interrupt. No. Hold on. Wait. Lotso.
Down
Whoa.
Oh, no. No.
Alright, so here's the thing. Alright, taking a quick look at the points. We have to get a sense of where things are going here. Napzor versus Infamous Shakur. Very close 1v1. Could still go either way. Meanwhile, over here, unfortunately, it seems this is where Blue Team's luck is going to run out. Regardless, Jebro, of all of this, I do believe we'll see the full cap happening over here at the temple. Hold on. Wait. No! He gets onto the node there, stopping the cap. They've got to keep a fight going, however, but taking a look back over here, too, Infamous Shaku has won the 1v1. Oh my goodness, they need 1 kill to win this game, and they're not going to find it anytime soon here. Captain Kuzberry under so much pressure back over here at the temple at the moment. At the meantime, you've also got Kilo just ripping the red team members apart. PhD and Stompanomics will fall into the downstate here in just a few moments. Mid has been decapped, however, taking a look. They need 1 more kill to win this game. Blue team, don't be a maybe. Are they going to be able to make this comeback? Red team struggling back over here at their home node. Meanwhile, back in mid, going back over here once again, trying to see Amsterdam in the downstate. PhD in the downstate, sitting at 487 points. They're so close. Killua, however, very low. He's going to go into the downstate now, but Blue team gets Killua right back up. 496, 497, 498. Blue team with that last second comeback. They're going to take this one. Killua getting stomped out just 1 second after the game ends. So with that, don't be a maybe, taking a 499, 500 game in round 1 here. They are going to get the additional point. They will be up 1-0, and they will be 1 victory away from qualifying for the ToL2 finals.
Just
Any
like
thoughts,
that,
Jebro?
Blue team takes a capture point.
Oh
Red
my
team
god.
wins a capture
Oh
point.
my god. Jesus Christ. Or
Woo.
should I say Naya? What is going on? I feel so
They are,
bad for them.
Red team's a bit mad about that one.
Oh, they're gonna be. You can imagine what their team speaks like right now, can't you?
1 kill is all they got that kill as well. They got the kill 2 seconds after the game ended. The thief went down and got stomped out there, but at that point, didn't even matter. So close. Excellent play by the blue team, just coming back by the skin of their teeth. And with that said, they now have the 1 game advantage, and we're heading into Forest for our second game, guys.
Wait, I need a minute.
We are actually going to give them a few minutes, guys, after that game. Our red team is requesting, actually, they were complaining about some lag issues there in the last game, so we're going to give them 5 minutes to take a short break here.
That was quality. That was absolute quality.
So with that said, guys, we are going to go to a very quick break. Apologies once more for the mid-set break, but once again, one player was complaining about some lag issues, so we're going to give him a few minutes to try and sort that out. We will be returning in about 5 minutes. We're going to give away another llama while we are away, so stick around for the continuation of this set. Coming back to you in 5 minutes, guys. Be right back.